Hey, Poople Stars. Hey. It's your girl, Shay Renee, and I want to welcome y'all back to my channel. Hey. I said, Hey, Poople Stars. Welcome back. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend, okay? I sure did. Shout out to that. For the most part, I sure did. Oh my God, I'm still in my PJs this morning. I said I was gonna tell y'all that. It is what it is. Shout out to that. Especially because I got a lot of shirts that look like this. A lot of them crop top. Well, not a lot, but I got two different ones I know for sure. But anyway, hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We're doing another court recap, okay? We're doing another court recap for Diddy, everyone. Now listen, y'all. First things first, let me get this out the way. Because y'all know this is the hour, this is politicking hour. This is the hour that, yeah, we talk. You see, we talk that talk, whatever we talking about. I like to, get to know my audience and whatever I want to tell y'all is, about me. I tell y'all during politicking hour. You see, it just is what it is because the other show segments don't really warrant that. So anyway, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let me tell y'all something. Remember when I was telling y'all about my leg? My leg been tripping. My leg been tripping. Okay, and this weekend, it really took me through it. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, this weekend, it really took me through it. I almost went to the doctor about it this week, but like I'm holding out hope. You see, I'm trying to see if it's something that I can get through on my own. I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. Like it hurts, when I walk. It does. It hurts when I walk. So anyway, that's that. I'm really just resting my leg, at this point, Pooper Stars. I'm just resting it. I need to. Which, this is a crazy time for me because I got stuff going on right now. You know what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is, I do. I got stuff going on right now. That, requires me. It's going to require me to get some walking in. It just is what it is. So, yeah, y'all, that's that. But anyway, let's see. So I want to tell y'all that, and then that was probably about it. Yeah, shout out to that. That was probably about it. That's probably all I had to really say about that, y'all. But anyway, as y'all get in here, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, okay? I can't stress that enough. When y'all get in here and y'all act like y'all know what to do, period. It lets YouTube, it makes YouTube have to get on their game, okay? And like, yeah, let everybody know we live. You see? Yes. So shout out to that, honey. Um, Now I got a recap of Diddy's last day in court, which was this Friday, and I heard it kind of went okay. I mean, yesterday, my bad. Yesterday, Monday, was the last day in court. And listen, today, um, well, listen, yesterday the judge asked the prosecutor how much longer, and the prosecutor said to this day, like Wilder. Mm. And so yeah, I'm thinking they wrapped up with her yesterday. I, I think prosecution laid it down. You see, I think they done with Miss Pressing Curl. All right, and now we gotta hear what Diddy team gonna say. And at this point, I'm like, listen. Don't come here with your lies and your harassment. You see, oh no, I'm just bad. It is what it is. Listen. I know things gotta play out in court, right? You see, shout out to that. I know, I get it. I see how you see, I see where everything is headed. It is what it is. I see how like I understand the way it works. You know what I'm saying? It's like a formula or whatnot, whatnot. Like they have to represent him. They have to say this, they have to say that. But at the end of the day, it's like it really feels like a huge good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Shout out to you for jumping in my comments too. Don't forget to hit that like button. Um, and yeah, it just really seems like a waste of time. Yeah, it just is what it is. It seemed like one of the hugest waste of time. But I get it though. Like they have to prove these things in court. They can't just say it, right? They can't just say it. Uh, yeah, so shout out to that. But like to me, they doing that. You know what I'm saying? Am I the only one that feel like they doing it? They doing it. So shout out to that. You see? Yeah, they proving these things in court. If you ask me, okay. I don't know why that's like that. Like every time I come in here, it's something else going on. Let me see. Yeah, you see, because like I don't have time for that. I'm not about to be like I already like you see, like I just been rearranging my closet. And I like my closet. It's already hey. Good morning, Mercer. Good morning. Good morning to you. Shout out to you for jumping in my comments. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Shout out to you, too. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Y'all make sure y'all have an amazing day. You see? Yeah. 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 Have an amazing day. You too, Jeff. Even with the BS that you on. You see? Even with the BS that you on, I want you to have an amazing day, too. With your BA. With your BA. Okay? So anyway, shout out to that. Hey, fun time. Shout out to you for jumping in my comments too. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button, okay? I told y'all what it is. Yeah. You see? Yeah. Like Diddy say, you got me on my job. You know, I always come with something. You see, it just is what it is. Like I'm not coming empty-handed. So shout out to that. I said, I'm just not coming empty-handed. Yeah, I like when Diddy said that. Mm, mm. Yeah, you gonna have to get on your job. Y'all got me. Y'all got me on my job. So period. Hit the like button. Now anyway, let's talk about court, okay? Because that's what we're here for. Y'all know like I love to have a funky good time with y'all. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Period. On my channel, we have a funky good time. But at the same time, we got structure. So shout out to that. I said we got structure. So anyway, y'all know I like to tell y'all off the rip, if I can. If I can, I will. But sometimes I don't always get the information. So it is what it is. But this time, I got a little 411, okay? I got a little 411. So, well, not really. But anyway, Janice, okay? Puff, Diddy's mom is in court, all right? Hey, listen, Diddy's mother is in court. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe, all right? Because you are welcome here. I want you here. So shout out to that. Like, I want you here. You see? Yeah, let's get that understood. I said, now that's out the way. So Diddy's mom was in court, y'all. The mother. I didn't see nobody else. I seen the mama. She hopped out. She hopped out the Sprinter with her badass boots on. You see? Shout out to mama. She was ready to stomp on the pavement. You see? Behind her baby. It just is what it is. Which honestly, y'all, I was thinking, I was like, ooh, you see? Like when you really got that's his mama. You see? That's his mama. And she gotta just ride, like, Oh my goodness. Anyway, shout out to her, okay? Shout out to Janice. You see who's stepping up in court. She been there. She been there a lot too. Janice is on the older side, you know. It is what it is. But they do say that, the mama is kind of in the business a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because Diddy, he trusted her a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's a few things in her name or whatnot. Y'all see? So Janice in court seeing what's going on. Period. She in court seeing what's going on, seeing if they gonna have to throw down the wallet to the kids or not. You see? So she up in that thing. It is what it is. Hey. Shout out to you for jumping in my comments. MVP treatment. Hit the like button and let's go. Okay, we gotta get into this court recap. Y'all gotta be ready. Shout out to that. Y'all gotta be ready to get it because I'm giving it. So anyway, it started out with court asking her a picture, showing her a picture and saying, "Who is this?" It was Sean's security. Okay. Then it was security, a picture of a butler, and then Sly. I'm like, okay, noted. You see, because like one thing about court, they don't just do no any old thing for no any old reason. But anyway, how many phones does Diddy have? They asked her. I didn't really get the answer. I didn't hear them say what the answer was. But I think he got more than Kevin Gates. You see, I just said I think he got more than Kevin Gates. Okay, it just is what it is. Cause like they've been retrieving and getting up. They've been getting all these phones. It just is what it is. They still getting phones. Just got some the other day. So anyway, she said so then they showing stuff, right? Court started with them showing stuff. First they showed us some pictures, then they showed us some text messages. In the text message, she telling Diddy, "Are you using this? You using my pictures to get your thing? You know what I'm saying? Hold, you see, for somebody else." That's what she told Diddy. And Diddy said, "What you say?" Yeah. I said, "Oh, you see, I know he was something to deal with." Baby, I know it. I just know it. You see, because what do you mean what you say? And it's clear. It's clear as day. But I told y'all I like Miss Preston Curl, because she be clear. Yeah. Shout out to her. She be clear as day. Now, for the record, I think she started to be a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Dang. Bold. Not bold. That's not the word I'm looking for, but I went ahead and used it. She got more bold, it seemed like, when the police came around. See, one thing about her, she seemed like she was working with the popo. She seemed like she was working with the popo hoe. Okay, so it is what it is. Shout out to her. She just had to do whatever she had to do. I said she just had to do whatever she had to do. Okay, ain't got nothing to do with us. Ain't got nothing to do with us. So anyway, she said, "I'm not coming to New York. You want me there for a hotel binge." They was asking her what was going on, really. She said, "I saw a podcast." Miss Preston said she saw a podcast where Diddy was bragging on having the S word. Yeah. I know this is a grown-up show. This is a grown-up show, but then like y'all know, we get censored and so we don't know what we can say. We don't just know what we can say. I'm still waiting on a list of words from YouTube. Y'all send me the list of the words that I can say. Or the words that I can't say. But anyway, 48 hours straight. Diddy claimed he was getting busy for 48 hours straight. Now, first of all, I don't know why somebody I don't know. Hold on, let me just say this. I don't know why Diddy think that's cute. You see? Who told this man that was cute? That's not cute. Somebody should have told him. Like, that's the thing. Like me, I'm very vocal. I'm very outspoken. Shout out to that. I would have told Diddy. That ain't cute. You see, we don't even need 4 hours, brother. Yeah. Like Ludacris said, y'all just ain't doing it right. You see, it don't take that long. Somebody should tell him, you wasted a whole lot of time. Mm-hmm. Whole lot of time, whole lot of money. I don't know why these women didn't want to tell him. It just is what it is. So he's somewhere on a podcast bragging about going long. And I think it was with Young Miami. I do. Because I remember him and Young Miami getting into how long he can go. But I don't remember the 48 hours talk. That's what I don't remember. So anyway, she said he promised to take her on a yacht. So after a day or two of a freak off, because he got her back. It is what it is. He got his little freak, like he said. He need his freak. He got her. He got her to come out. She did a 2-day freak off. She somewhere fried, died, laid to the side, you see, recuperating. And while she doing that, Diddy then took somebody else. Another woman. Somebody else. Somebody else on a yacht. So, now see, this is the thing. I don't know if that's like our one story. You know what I'm saying? That's what it gives. It gives, we had a freak off. He promised to take me on a yacht. And then as I'm laying around, I'm listening to a podcast and I hear, see, Court, Court just, it's just, it's just like, they leave us like hanging a lot, if you will. It just is what it is. But that's what I'm thinking happened. They did a freak off. He said he was gonna take her on a yacht. She's somewhere recuperating, trying to recoup and regroup. And then he went on a yacht with another woman. I'm thinking that's what happened. And I do think it was Young Miami, y'all, because y'all remember she kept saying, see, that's the thing, these girls be being messy. These girls do be being messy. They do. Diddy's girls be being messy with each other. I don't know if it's like him telling them, which I don't think so. I just think it comes natural. You see? I think it comes natural, right on up out their chest and then right on up out their mouth, you see? Because Young Miami was talking about, I want you to take me back to Love Island. I want to go back to Love Island. And the girl said that he took the girl, whoever he took, on a yacht somewhere by Miami, an island by Miami, okay? Which makes me think, I just start putting two and two together. It is what it is. I should start putting the pieces to the puzzle together. So I think it was Young Miami, and I think Diddy took her to Love Island. Okay, so she wrote him, I don't want to go to New York. I don't want to go to New York to be treated like no hoe. Okay, I said, okay. Shout out to Miss Pressing Curl, you see. So then here Diddy come, here Diddy come. He putting it on. One thing about Diddy, they said he was bipolar. It's possible. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. But I will say this. He didn't know how to stand on business to me, And I say that because, like, either you run shit or you don't. One day he runs shit, the next day he lying. Like, it don't make no sense. Like, you just he needed to keep it real all the time. But anyway, this is what he gonna tell the girl. It was just a podcast. So she quoted him. Proud of you, Poppy. I'm proud of you, Poppy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the girl said in the podcast. So she quoting him, Miss Preston Curry, like she and her feelings for real behind Diddy. Like, take the what and leave the what. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. One, I think her mom was really playing tricks on her. She felt like, yeah, she had something to trip about. You see, uh, but two, you know, I think the circumstances, you know, is what it is. Like you had me doing all this old crazy ass stuff, and just every now and then I'm gonna lash out. It is what it is. I'm gonna lash out, especially because I'm not living the life that I feel like I should live. Like Miss Preston Curl, nah, her life could have been way more decked out. You see, yeah, way more decked out, like a carnival cruise. Hold on. So you took her to the Bahamas after you promised me. I don't want to feel obligated that you're gonna stop paying my rent, right? So she's still texting Diddy, and Diddy tell me what you mean, like. But the people asked her, "What did you mean by that?" She said, "Guilt tripping him, guilt tripping her into performing." And she said, they asked her, "How long have you been feeling like that?" "I've been feeling like this since he got me that house." Y'all know he got Miss Preston Curl a house for $10,000 a month. But it's Cali. It's Cali, Cali, Cali. Yeah, I had to put that out there. It's Cali, because Cali people come here all the time to me, ooh, ooh. You see, they be like, we ain't paying nothing like what they be paying. Hold on. I can't even read that. I know she telling them though, she tired of being in a room. Shout out to that. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. She tired of being in his room, fulfilling his fantasies. Um, And Diddy telling her though he tired of being hit with all these allegations, these false allegations. So they going back and forth. You see, which they did a lot. It is what it is. Like, yeah. That's what that's what I liked about her. She kind of really wasn't, she was vocal. It is what it is. She was vocal. Even though she got ran over, child, ran all over. Zoom, you see. She was still vocal. She still spoke her mind. Versus Cassie. Cassie was on the younger side. Cassie was just like more like just quiet, more like, to me, Cassie was way more sneaky. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just more sneaky. That's all. But Diddy texted her. He said, "This is a true open relationship. Why do you have to make it a problem? Now you making me sick." I said, "Oh Lord." So after that, they arguing. You know what I'm saying? They arguing, they going back and forth. And then after that, she said they ended up FaceTiming, and Puff ended up spitting that game. I said, "Oh Lord, girl, you should just kept talking to him regular. You should just kept texting if that's all it was gonna take." So anyway, he telling her, let's go. Let's go for a late night date. You know what I'm saying? Because when a man got money like that, they got money like that, and it is what it is. Like, he'll fly you from here to there. You see, so fast. So fast. That's how they was able to keep up all this foolishness. You see, pretty foolery. That's what you had going on, Diddy. That's what you had going on, Diddy. And now somebody need to tell you. Like, the truth of the matter is, you see, we don't even know to this day, like Wilder say, yeah, to this day, if this man even recognize the error of his ways. Like, do he even? Or is he sitting up in court like, hey, you know, you can't help but wonder. And I take it a step further, child. This is the main thing right here. Oh, I should have wrote that in my final thought. Hold on, y'all. That's too good. Yeah, that's just the baby. Hold on, that's a little too good. Let me. I can't give it up like that. Mm, I ain't gonna be able to give it up like that. But let me write that down in my final thought. Cause the truth of the matter is, y'all know I keep talking about this man getting a pardon. But Trump said he listening. He did. He said he gonna be listening in. So anyway, hold on. You just can't help but wonder. You just cannot help but wonder. That's a mess. Anyway, let's talk about it. So he told her this is an open relationship, ma'am. Now you making me sick. Okay. So she's hold on. So then they start discussing a late night date. She talking dirty to Diddy. And right after her flight took off, he asked about Sly. Yeah, he won't Sly to fly by as well. Like, don't come by yourself, Miss Pressure Girl. Just don't come by yourself. You know that's not what I want. Um and she said, but he asked her, is it gonna be an entertainer night or a movie night? Let him know. And he gonna book the hotel. And she said, like, she feeling sick. You know what I'm saying? Because here we go again. I'm thinking it's finna just be me and you, like Cassie said. You see? And like, no, he want to throw somebody else in the mix. That's what he do. He want to throw somebody else in the mix. Then she said he told her to check her red phone. I said, "Oh Lord, not a different phone for a." You see, he got a different phone for a different kind of text. And anyway, she act like she didn't really have Wi-Fi on the plane, but she said she started crying. She really started crying because, you know, she can't get no quality time by herself, really. And in the red phone, it's saying, I got a surprise for you. They like, well, what do the surprise mean? The surprise mean is somebody new. He got somebody new for me. That's sad. So anyway, she said she asked to go to the Casasipi, Casasipi 9. Or however you say that. I'm really, like, it's just the way I wrote it, I would say. Casasippany or something like that. Some type of really nice upscale hotel. But she said instead she was driven to the Trump. I said, well, there's a pattern here. I wonder if Trump Hotel, like, why Trump Hotel ain't in court? Yeah. You see? He got a little pool. The president or whatnot. He must got a little pool. Because everybody else hotel in there testifying. Mm. But Trump Hotel, and he did a lot of freak outs at Trump Hotel, okay? It just is what it is. So anyway, took her to the Trump Hotel. She put on her outfit. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what's about to happen when the outfit come on. So she said what ended up happening that night is, though, Diddy was late. He came late, so they ended up tripping about that. He told her he was gonna take her to a late night lounge situation. They went, but they really didn't enjoy themselves like that because they was tripping a little bit. But she wanted to make it up to Diddy, of course. Like, anytime he gets upset, she gotta go overboard, or do a little extra. So anyway, her and Sly ended up doing their thing. Remember, she testifying now, so she talking about freak offs. Okay, it is what it is. That's the people want to get down to the nitty gritty. You see, yeah, They want to get down to the nitty gritty on Diddy. So like that's what she's describing. It is what it is. They talking about freakouts. So then the next time she saw Diddy was in Miami with Sly, another freak off. Then she flies back to LA and then they get into an argument. They arguing because he want her to set up a party, but she tripping about something online she done seen with one of him and his exes. See, Miss Pressing Curl was too, she was just too, she wasn't busy. Yeah. Shout out to that. Cause see, it was it's this other lady that they claimed Diddy be messing with. I like I told y'all, I checked out her Instagram. It check out. You see, everything checks out. I think she messed with Diddy. It is what it is. Like everything is so similar about her to the other girls. And her Instagram. But the only thing is though, she seems like she paints, you know. I don't know, she just seemed like she got a life. Versus Miss Pressure Girl on the stand. She just got too much time for Diddy, if that makes sense. Just too much time for Diddy. It is what it is. Like even Young Miami, you see, even Young Miami, she had the podcast, she had whatever, you know, the music. Young Miami had things to do too outside of shot o'clock. You see, cause like don't forget though, you know she was, you know, on that, you know what I'm saying? She was on that Effie Friday tough with Diddy. That DeLeon stuff, you can't make me think. You see, now I don't know for a fact, but if you ask me, they was doing freak house. Okay, it just is what it is. That Effie Friday was they freak off. Okay. Anyway, um, so she said you got that girl next to you and her BS is already starting. And they like, what you talking about? She said drama. uh, and then they show a text between Jane and Sly discussing money. Okay, y'all know Sly is the man that she found. Diddy had her find, who is a P star. Ronald Coin. You know, he allegedly gets into, he got film or whatnot. That's him. She said sometimes they will leave money at the hotel front desk for him. Then, you know, again, like I said, she liked to get on Diddy. She did. She likes to get on Diddy. She texted Diddy one day, introduce her to P. Cause I'm not no corn star. You know, rhymes with corn. I'm not no corn star. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. And they said, who is P? P is Powell. Powell. Somebody that Diddy like to have freakouts with. So in other words, she was popping out. She was telling Diddy like, yeah, get your little homegirl. Your little homegirl that you like to be around. Yeah, you need to introduce her. Cause like, you see. But she been said she just don't feel like Diddy treat her like the other girls, which I agree with her. I agree with her. To a certain extent, I feel like he treated everybody else better. And I feel like he treated everybody else better because the beef with 50 Cent. You know, it just is what it is. The beef with 50 Cent. See, I don't know if I told y'all that. I meant to tell y'all that on my last show. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I meant to drive it home for y'all. Because that's the truth of the matter. I do believe that in my heart of my hearts. I feel like he was extremely mean to this woman. Not every time, though. You know, y'all know it's going to be good times and bad times. But I feel like when it was bad, it was really bad. And I think it was bad because of 50 Cent. Because she said it. She even said it one time. She said, you tripping with me behind this grown-ass man. And that's the truth. That's the truth. I believe she was caught up in they beef or whatnot. Like y'all know 50 used to do a lot of stuff to Diddy online. I feel like when 50 do something to Diddy, then he'll probably grab her and make it worse on her. It is what it is. Make it hella hard. Um so anyway, here she goes. She telling Diddy like these experiences are starting to desensitize me down there. And when it comes to the S word, she said, I feel like I gotta earn romance with you. But you just giving it away to these other girls. They just get it so freely. She said she felt like there was more pressure on her than the other ones. Okay, y'all. So that leads me to believe what I thought. What I thought. Remember, I said if I was them, I would have asked, like, is there others? Is there others that do freak outs too? I think she knew it was. By the way she said that. By the way she said that it was pressure on her. More pressure on her than the other ones makes me feel like, okay, she knew there was others. That's what I thought. So then Diddy asked her, are you breaking up with me? She said, it's been 3 years of me effing strangers. She said, the S word is sacred to me. She said she needed she testified she wanted a spiritual break. I said, oh, okay. Okay, she getting in there now. She said a spiritual break. And I'm like, okay, I'm sure Brother Love could understand that. You see? Yeah, because Brother Love, he talk like he know God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wrote that down. Surely he could understand a spiritual break. Okay. So she said, then she got mad because Diddy asked her for a freak out while he was with his ex girl. I said, oof. Just a lot of back and forth. She getting into it with Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Like things are starting to crumble a little bit. She get tired. She getting real tired. But one thing about her, she real vocal. She very vocal. She keep telling this man what she like, what she don't like. You see how things is affecting her. I don't know if she working with the police at this point, but she doing her thing, okay? It's gonna be hard for them lawyers to like, you see, I don't know how much they can say. She said she didn't say she wanted to break up. She just said, I know. You see, I didn't say I want to break up. I said I no longer want to do freak outs. That includes other men. And so after that, I wrote down Diddy was stupid. Diddy was stupid. He was. He was stupid. She said she was concerned about him having. I mean, like two things can be true at once. He was this great businessman, stupid, criminal. It just is what it is. Dumb, dumb criminal. Okay, should have stayed in his lane. Should have stayed in his lane. He should have kept doing that shit he was doing, dancing. But he told her his knees was bad. He did. I said he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying, girl. Cause like at times he would um, I guess like show his human side. He would tell her certain situations and stuff like that. And he told her his knees was bad. I said, yeah, he didn't lie about that. Um, but he was stupid. Stupid criminal. So anyway, then she said she started texting him, like asking him about the videos. I don't know if she wanted them or whatnot, but she said the videos, the freak out videos that he had of her was starting to be a concern to him, to her, because she knew that Diddy had phones, with an S, and that the people that worked for him had access to them phones. So she what's really going on? You got these people, what's up? They able to watch me, security, assistance, all of that. It's weird. Um, and then y'all know, at one point, 50 Cent started getting into it, and he was calling her a S worker, because word on the curb had got out that she was one for Diddy. That's why I said shout out to LaRaw. LaRaw did his thing. He broke this stuff open. To me, I don't know. It seemed like LaRaw got the party started. Yeah, it is what it is. It's crazy. He did. I don't know how true this is, but I think it seemed like LaRaw brought the feds to Diddy. I could be wrong though. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know. But it seemed like it, y'all. Okay, it do. But I got that written down in my final thoughts. Okay, so anyway, hold on. Let's keep going. And so she said, Diddy text her, I want to spend the day with you. And I said, ooh, I like that. Come on, Miss Preston Curl. She said, make it crystal clear what you want from me. I said, ooh. Are you going to spend the day love bombing me? I said, ooh, she losing respect for him. Yeah, either the police is involved. Hey, good morning, Shaquille. Shout out to you for dropping in my comments. Don't. I'm gonna need you to subscribe. Mm-hmm. So shout out to that. I'm gonna need you to subscribe and hit that like button, okay? So anyway, hold on. I said, yeah, she's starting to lose respect for him. Mm-hmm. Shout out to that. Did she say, or you want me to S some D so you can run off with Gina? I said, ooh, I eat. Did he text her back? I'll leave you alone. Ah! Child, I hollered. I said, yes, you go ahead and fight back for yourself, Miss Presser Curl. So, she coming around the mountain. You see, it took her a while. She testified that it's been 3 years, but yeah, Miss Presser Curl is pressing, you see, for change. She said it's gonna come. One way or another. So then after that, Diddy said, I'm coming over. Yeah, like the song say. Come over. Come over. You see? Yeah. Diddy said, okay. You sure got a lot of mouth over these text messages. Let me come over there. Is your baby there? I said, oh, Lord, he worried about the baby. There was signs, girl. There was signs. She should have left. And then he gonna text her, are you gonna let me in? He kept texting her, because I guess she ignoring him at this point. Is you gonna let me in? Repeat it. I'm finna come. Is you gonna let me in? You gonna let me in our house? I said, Negro, please. I said, she should just ask him what was his mail. So anyway, after that, she testified that they had the sobriety party after all. Remember, she was telling Diddy that they just be too high every day, all the time, like the song say. You see, boom, boom. You see. So she said she tired. She tired, and so Diddy told her in 30 days we getting clean. I'ma get clean. So let's have a sobriety party. So they had it. They had it anyway after all. She said after a concert, she got some supplies. And then I guess she was taking too long. So Diddy text her, bitch, where you at? Yeah, BITCH, where's your at? And what's taking so long? Um, I said, oh, okay. They losing respect for each other. So anyway, at the sobriety party was her, Diddy, of course, Rico, Paul, and Anton. That's the time where she threw up, I guess. But she said she felt terrible. Hold on. She said she felt terrible. But anyway, she texted. She said, I love you. Do you think you could leave me a little something, something in my hotel? No response. So she ended up texting him. She was mad after that. She said, I needed some furniture for the house. You see? Shoot, after all of that and this long, long party and all of this stuff you like to do, and you gonna ignore my text. Uh, Hold on. She said she texted him, you wasn't too busy to make sure that Chelsea was good in DC. They're like, oh, okay. Miss Pressicurl, she be coming with receipts. You see? Yeah, she dropping names. She dropped Chelsea. She dropped Gina. Gina been around for a while. Like, ooh, it's crazy. He be getting them. He really do. You see, he gets the girls with the low self-esteem. It just is what it is, like real low. Anyway, Diddy text her back though. He said, I don't know what Chelsea at. Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone, he said. I'm not with no bitches. I'm single. So him and her, it is what it is. They doing the most. Um, So Diddy goes from saying you my girl to we in an open relationship to like, damn it, it's just easier to just tell y'all I'm single. You see, I'm single. So that would explain kind of why when Young Miami was running around talking about they go together real bad, you see, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, okay? And don't forget to subscribe either, all right? Hey, 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 like Craig said, come back. I'm gonna need you to come back. So shout out to that. Yeah, that explains why when Young Man was talking about they go together real bad, he was like, you know, because he was texting other bitches, like Black China said. You see? It just is what it is, and he was trying. He was trying. He was trying. You see? Uh Everybody keeps saying that's not funny. Everybody keeps saying that when Diddy got with Young Miami, his cookie crumbled because they think that it made Cassie jealous. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that Cassie knew damn well after she left Diddy, it would just be other freak off girls. You know what I'm saying? So I think Cassie wasn't jealous of anyone because she knew exactly what the girl was getting with Diddy. Does that make sense? Like, now I do think that every now and then her mind probably played tricks on her, and she wondered if Diddy gave up the freak off life. You see, that would make a woman probably like jealous. But for the most part, if you're still into freak offs and these women still got rhymes with hut themselves out to be with you, then it ain't nothing to be jealous of. You see? Yeah, you just gotta be a grown woman to understand. Yeah, you gonna have to be a grown woman to understand. I do not think Cassie was jealous of Young Miami. I don't. At all. You can't pay me to believe that either. You're not gonna you just listen. I said even a check won't do it, you see? But I do believe that his cookie crumbled like that because Young Miami was a star. You see, she's a star. So, like, it's not like his other girls. See, his other girls was just influencers. They wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, see, like Young Miami, how she is. Like, she wasn't playing with Diddy. She like, come on. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the limelight, you in the limelight. Like, let's do interviews and stuff like that. Like, he just got caught up with Young Miami. You see, it just is what it is. And so it put all his other bitches, you see, on notice. And like, yeah, it just caused chaos. It caused chaos within his camp. It is what it is. Now I do believe that. I do believe that because he was fighting for his life at that point. He was fighting for his freak off life, baby. His single life. He wanted, baby. He was holding dear life to like let these women know. You see, but it was getting out of hand. Like I said, it was getting out of hand because he was lying. Once you start lying, you ain't what you think you are. You ain't what you say you are. You know. He should have just stood on business. I'm single. I'm not in a relationship with none of y'all. But he couldn't have it both ways. He got these girls thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm his girl, you know? Um, I'm his girl. So anyway, she said she texted him, you got me messed up. You got me effed up to be exact. They said, was you calling the other women names? Yeah. Yeah. She said, yeah. She had a lot of um misdirected, misguided, whatever, misdirected anger towards the other women. So she said she texted him, I'm not Gina and I'm not Cassie. So they just went ahead and asked her, so where was you going with this? Was you about to come public? Like, what was you about to do? And they said, objection. And the judge said they had to ask the question a different way. So she said, she talking about, you got me effed up. Um, Hold on, what's that? She said, don't gaslight me. And he texts her, I'm super clean now. She texts him, you had me on constant pins and needles. Now I'm sick. Leave me alone. See, that sick. What kind of sick, sis? You know, like I be wondering. You know what I'm saying? I be wondering, like, see, because you're not finna keep saying that. You see, without me trying to, yeah. He said, you took it too far, baby girl. You'll see. And she felt like he was talking about the rent. She felt like he was talking about the rent. Jane. Hey, just the facts. Hey. Shout out to you for jumping in my comments. Let me read your comment real quick. Hi. So, just the facts, right. Jane accounts of financial dependence, being dependent on recreational, y'all know, rhymes with drugs, emotional manipulation, underscore the government's effort to prove a pattern of coercion, which is central to the charges against Diddy. Mm-hmm. That coercion for sure. I know that coercion for sure. Yeah, he did that. He did that. That's just my opinion though. Y'all know. Now, anyway, she said she's sick. Leave me alone. She said she felt like he was threatening her about the rent, child. And then that's when she said, you mad at me about this grown a man, her baby daddy. You wasted my time in this toxic, dark ass relationship. She getting on Diddy butt. Hold on. And like I said, I do believe that. I believe she was in the middle. I do. I believe she was in the middle between her Diddy's beef with her baby daddy. Okay, it just is what it is. You can't make me feel like he didn't treat her worse because of that. Okay, could I be wrong? Yes. Is this a fact? No. It's just my opinion. Okay. Now she texts him. You invited me to New York to um have me be with some random man. Any MFer for your sick. Hold on. I gotta get to that in a minute. For your sick blank. You gaslighting me. We don't have, and then Diddy texts her, we don't have no beef. Like he wanted to stop. And if you ask me, now this is in October. This is in October of 2023. And y'all remember she said her and Diddy took a break. They took a break from October of 2023 to February. It was short, but they did. They took one. It makes any supposed consent invalid under the law. If somebody is manipulated or threatened or pressured. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I also agree like that they making points, okay? When somebody is under the influence too. Okay. It is what it is. Just the facts. It's in the comments. Shout out to Just the Facts in the comments breaking down the coercion, okay, and what it means and stuff like that. But just basically saying that when they manipulated or they feel threatened or pressure to do things, that's coercion, okay? Because a lot of people, really don't understand. Because it is what it is. We not attorneys. You know what I'm saying? We don't deal with this type of stuff every day. So a lot of people don't understand the charges, okay? It is what it is. I've been understanding fast. Like it didn't take me long. I was like that ST word, like I was like, oh yeah, he did that to Cassie. It just is what it is. He did that to Cassie, y'all. He did. Then after that, I was like, okay, well, good night. Good night. It's a lot of things that they proven to me. Lots of them. What else? The bribery. But that ST off the rip. I said, no. Y'all keep trying to say this is the him just having, being getting physical with his girlfriend. Now it's a little bit more than that. I'm sorry. Sorry. I hate to tell the truth. I hate to break down the truth to y'all. Y'all gonna have to be ready for it. But anyway, let's continue. She said, you created all this evil inside of me. But he wanted her to believe that she played a part, you see, by choosing the man. Because she did. She started choosing the man. But she just texting him. She getting things off of her chest. She said she regret everything. Diddy told her, you burning a bridge that you're going to need tomorrow. She said, I don't trust you. He said, 10 hours ago, you loved me. So they going back and forth for real. But he told her, listen, it's a free country. We both adults. We both made promises we didn't keep. And if you don't want to talk to me, then it's nothing I can do. Now, one thing that she did text Diddy that a lot of people think might be damaging, but I don't feel like it's going to cause enough damage. Yeah, you know how somebody can like barely bump your car and you don't report it? You just deal with the little scratch, or you just deal with the little dent, or you deal with the little scrape. You don't get it fixed like that. You see? Like, I don't, she texted Diddy, she said, I was consenting. She was basically saying she was consenting. She knows that, like, what they did was consensual and stuff like that. But, like, I don't think that's gonna hold up like that. I don't. And I'll take it a step further. I think she was saying all of that because she was going so hard at Diddy. You see? Yeah, to me. To where, like, he probably could have got scared of her a little bit. So I think she ended up backing up. I think that's what that text was about. But it don't matter. I don't think it's damaging enough. Excuse me, because even she could feel like she was consenting. That's fine. You could feel that way. But it's up for the people, okay, over the courts to determine if the law was broken. You know? Because people can consent to things every day that they shouldn't be doing. And so then the person that had them doing it is still in trouble. You see, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. It's so close to being with somebody underage. It is what it is. It's so close to being with somebody underage. Like, it's or I'll take it a step further. Just say that an 18-year-old start messing with a 40-year-old. An 18-year-old in most states can consent to being with whoever they want to be with because that's old enough. But it doesn't make it right still, So even though it's legal, morally, you see, it's not right. And then in some situations, like in Diddy's situation, what he was doing wasn't even, it's not legal. It's not legal. You see, you can't even consent to what Diddy had her doing. That's the truth of the matter. You can't even legally consent to that. So it is what it is. He in trouble for what he had her and the men doing. It just is what it is. So anyway, hold on. So she went to his home in Miami, and he's comforting her. She's talking to him. I think the police is involved. Yeah, let's talk about it. It is what it is. Because we know the police came around for sure, I would say, in 2025. They came around in 2025. She all of this that's going on, well, maybe the police ain't around just yet, because I take that back. Because she did say that there was a Halloween photo of him and her, and she said it was nice. It was nice. But around that time, she was starting to get nervous, because his birthday was coming up. But she said, come to find out, she didn't have nothing to be nervous about at all, because Diddy ended up spending his birthday with his family. And I said, child, if I know Diddy, like, this case has been describing Diddy. Hey, Audrey. Hey, good morning, Audrey. Shout out to you for jumping in my comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, okay? And if you haven't already, subscribe. A person who is impaired, whether by the D word or judgment, cannot legally consent. Yeah, that's what I heard before. I have definitely heard that before. So like again, that is just, I mean, it is what it is. I get it. Legally, he can waste everybody's time in court, okay? And that's just what they letting him do right now, okay? I said that's what they up there letting him do. Hold on. Yeah, but if I know Diddy, like I think I know Diddy, somebody else was with him for his birthday. Somebody else did a freak off, okay? That's what I think. That's just what I think, okay? Not a fact. Not actual and factual, y'all, okay? Just for entertainment. Now, anyway, She said for his birthday, she got him a mobile TV so they could watch their movies, so he could watch their movies back. Hold on. She liked the movie thing. She felt like the movie thing could start to substitute for entertainers, you know? Because y'all know the movie nights was about them just laying around watching their old movies, y'all. So then anyway, she said right after that, Cassie's lawsuit hits. Okay. So it's confusing. Now it's confusing because I feel like Cassie's, hold on. Now it's a little bit confusing to me because, like I said, the police is probably around for sure now. Okay? Because let me tell y'all something. I had wrote in my final thoughts that Little Rod, y'all know Little Rod, the one who sued Diddy. Okay, the producer who sued Diddy that said Diddy wasn't trying to pay him for his work. And y'all got to go back if y'all don't know. Lil Rod said a whole lot of stuff about Diddy, okay? If you ask me, Little Rod got things popping. Okay, if you ask me, I think Little Rod about the feds too. Diddy, could I be wrong? Yes, I could be though. But anyway, he sued Diddy in February, back in February of 2024. Cassie sued him way in November, okay, of the same year. So with that being said, I'm thinking the police is involved. I'm thinking the police is involved. Um, because this lady's whole tone, so much changed about her. It is what it is. She's been vocal, but no, she started basically talking about crimes, in text. That's why I said Diddy was stupid. He was stupid. He was too like I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but he was too. Ugh. We're going to get into that, okay? We're going to get into that in a minute because I got a final thought. Y'all hold on. Y'all hold on 1 second. Y'all keep it right there. So anyway, hold on. So then she said Cassie's lawsuit hit. And she said she can't remember, but she think she fainted. She said it was 3 pages in that lawsuit that was so similar to her own story. She felt like she was reading her own story, y'all. So she said after the lawsuit hit, she texted him. She said, I can't believe what I'm reading. What's going on? What is this? She said, I feel like I'm reading my own story of S trauma. She said, but God finally woke me up. You gaslit me. And so then they play audio of Diddy saying, I love you. You know what I'm saying? I love you. And just begging her. Like not begging, but just saying, I need a friend. I need you to be my friend. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to stop all this madness. That's what Diddy's saying, right? So I think he's scared now. He's scared, and they're scared because at that point they started asking each other, was they recording each other? And saying no. And then Diddy asked her, are you recording me? She says, absolutely not. But somebody was recording them. Shout out to that. The feds, I would assume. Because anyway, they have recordings. But anyway, after that, they took a little break for lunch. And then when they came back, okay, before they left, I told y'all the judge had started asking, like, how long? And the prosecutor said, they'll be done today. So she texted Diddy. She said, even on 2 of my birthdays, you had me dealing with men. She told Diddy, go take your meds. You made me feel crazy about the trauma. And Diddy text her back, you are crazy. Let's leave each other alone. Don't call. She said, don't call me, don't text me. I'm dead to you. Um, and so I guess Diddy started asking her, can he come over? He was saying he needs support after the Cassie lawsuit, telling her she don't have to worry about nothing. And she said at that point, she thinking, okay, he talking about this rent now. You know, this rent that he used to hold over my head. Now I ain't got to worry about it no more. She said she told him the relationship was never love and she regrets it all of the toxic sugar honey iced tea. She said that she let in her life. So anyway, her and Diddy, they didn't see each other for 3 months after the Cassie lawsuit, and then he threatened to show the tapes to her child's father. And she called his assistant, and the assistant said she would hide him or something like that. And Diddy, she said Diddy asked her how much would it take to help her move on? And she told him a certain, dollar amount. And he started going off on her. Mad, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't trust you and da-da-da-da-da-da. Start calling all kinds of names and stuff. She said she called him somebody that likes to mess with underage people. And that led to, because she said she seen that Diddy had took a trip with a girl that was 25 years younger than him. She knew that she was an adult, but she still felt like she was too young for Diddy. So anyway, after that, something hold on. So then after he apologized, okay, they doing a timeline. Remember Diddy did a video apologizing to Cassie. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, okay? Period. I'm gonna need y'all to do that. Y'all hit that like button and subscribe, okay? If you haven't already. Period. Because my channel is the place to be, okay? We talk all things celebrity gossip. But right now we on trial watch with Diddy, okay? It is what it is. So anyway, after that video, Diddy showed up at her house. They at her house and they started fighting. She running from Diddy. He kicking in doors. Yeah. He acting like the police. This is after his stuff got raided too, by the way. So he kicking in doors all around her house. Finally caught up with her, kicked her. She fell. And he grabbed her, and started like, putting pressure, where she couldn't breathe and stuff like that. So she said she got out of there, she ran. And then she wasn't trying to wake up her neighbors and stuff like that. So she was just outside hiding. She said, okay. She hid for hours and hours, like Mooney Long said. Then she went back home. When she went back home, Diddy was still there. Still there, still ready to fight. So that's what he did. Okay, according to us, he started making her right to the head. And telling her that she crazy. She trying to take her away from she trying to take him away from his kids and all of that, right? Because I'm thinking at this point, Diddy is like, I was gonna say paranoid, but now I'm thinking he knows. He kind of know, but he can't prove that she possibly could be working with the police. It is what it is. She said, just leave me the F alone. And she ended up calling the girl who he was on a trip with. Mm-hmm. The apology video was something else. I hated it. I did. I hated it. Because Diddy he didn't look sober to me. you know. So if he could have just sobered up, then the video might would have came out better. But yeah. So she said she called the girl, right? The girl that's 25 years younger than Diddy, and guess what? She got exactly what she wanted. She said the girl started saying insulting things, you know, basically talking crazy to her. And she said Diddy held her down to the point where she had to listen. She couldn't hang up on the girl. So she said she told the girl, shut up. And that he was, you know, over here putting hands and feet on me right now. So Diddy hung the phone up. And then I guess he FaceTimed one of his assistants who got on the phone and was like, she wasn't on the trip. He wasn't on the trip with nobody. She hopped in the shower to cool off. And she said she got smacked in the shower. Smacked to the ground in the shower. And at that time, Diddy saw that, you know, like she had a little, you know, swelling, you know, on her eye. He told her to put some ice on it and cover it up and put her outfit on. So she said Diddy was going through her phone. At that point, he started going through her phone, and she could basically see what he was doing because remember, her cell phone would be mirrored to her TV, right? So yeah, like she could see that he was texting Anton. Anton is the man who they be dealing with when he in LA, when she in LA. For the most part, Anton seemingly lives in LA. Okay, so he be coming over to LA. Okay, so anyway, she put the heels on. She saw that he messaging Anton. Her and Anton had been, I don't know, talking outside of Diddy, I'm assuming. Y'all know, like, one thing about Court, one thing that I do, that I don't really, that I can't, okay. It is what it is. Like, I feel like they hear a lot in court and then they tell us a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll make a huge paragraph, one small sentence, or a few small sentences, you know? So we don't necessarily get all the information, but whatever. Something about her and this Anton that Diddy didn't like. So when he got there, he kind of had issues with her and Anton. So he called him to the back room and they was talking. They was talking about whatever they was talking about. Something about she went to Vegas with a rapper and his girlfriend, and she saw Anton having the S word with another girl. Now I don't know. You see, like it don't make no sense. But at the end of the day, Diddy was feeling some type of way. He said, "Is you like you got this S worker over me? You know, like." In other words, like, is you falling for him? You know, like, you checking for him? Like, let me know. Um, but then after that, she said he gave her some, you know, an ex, right? An ex, what's it called? Rhymes with skill, and told her to go S Antoine, you know, his thing. And she said she didn't want to. And she said Diddy came close to her and said, is this coercion? So she said she took it and she went and performed, you know what I'm saying, on Anton. And then he left. He left. Diddy called her a whore. Okay, on his way out the door, she says. And then he sent security in with $12,000. She said she sent 3 or 4,000 to Anton. And she said, you know, she assumed that her portion was to fix them doors. You know, them doors that he had it kicked down. Now, hold on. The next question they asked her, did you go to New York? No, because he was arrested. Hold on, y'all. the damaged doors, and a few days later, her and Diddy saw each other again. Why? Because I missed him. They show her pics of in court. They show pics of her damaged doors. Okay, Jane said F them doors. She sure did. Wayne said Jane said F them doors. She sure did. She never got them fixed. I mean, I wouldn't have got them fixed. You see, it just is what it is. Damn fool. If she woulda, uh. So anyway, he went to Wyoming though with another woman. See, Jane B. You see, it is what it is. Like, that's one thing about her though. I feel like she didn't know how to. She just be online too much. You see. So I know she was probably getting on Diddy nerves. It is what it is. She did a whole lot of. I seen this and I heard that. And I seen this and I heard that. You know? So I'm surprised. I'm surprised she lasted as long as she did. But again, she didn't start that till Young Miami came around, if you ask me. Could I be wrong? Of course. Anyway, she said she was outraged. Did you block him? Yes. Then she seen his mama was in the hospital. You see, just too. Like I was saying earlier, Jane had a lot of time on her hands when the other women had work, you know, or hobbies, you know. It is what it is. But anyway, Tina mama was hospitalized and wanted to put everything to the side. She said, he said, something about she went too far. She said, she told him, you put me in a box. And he said he loved me, but what he did, I mean, what she did was wrong. Okay, just a little bit too wrong. I don't know what she did though. I don't. So anyway, she said she got on a red eye, and he was upset. He spent money on her. But she said she was tired. So she's saying she's tired, and Diddy's not feeling that. He's saying, I spent all this money on you. Something about some liquid Molly and an X pill. I know that's what she said she got on. And she said after that, she started feeling real like, yeah, you see, she was, yeah, in that mode, okay? And so she said she started giving Paul that energy that she was feeling, okay? And so, okay, of course, a freak off happened with Paul. Then she described another one with Dawn at 2 Star. They asked her, did you go to New York? No. Why? Because he was being arrested. And then, hold on. Somebody had testified that there was a video. Hold on. Okay, and then they did show a video in court that showed injuries on Jane. Okay. There was some type of video that was shown in court that showed injuries. All right. Her injuries. They finished with her testimony by saying that she's been in therapy for 3 months and the prosecution rests. They rested. They rest their case, saying that Diddy is still paying for her attorney too, because Diddy got her an attorney, but that's what he do. He do. I forgot who else he got an attorney for, but like he don't. Shoot, he probably paid for Cassie's too. I mean, it is what it is. He don't like that's one of the first things he gonna do is get you a lawyer. I forgot who that was. I forgot who that was. But off the rip, Diddy wants you to have a lawyer Diddy want you to have a lawyer? Because he got lawyers, you see? And so, like, I'm going to have my lawyers call your lawyers, Miss Preston Curl, and put a play together. I mean, it is what it is. Because, yeah. And so, like, I'm not surprised that he got Miss Preston Curl a lawyer. Okay, it is what it is. And I take it a step further. I wouldn't be surprised, y'all, if this lady gets some type of compensation. We just gotta wait though. We have to wait and see how this all plays out. And she does too. And I bet you that's hard for her. Now, people was acting like they was confused when Diddy started saying, you trying to take me away from my kids. Man, I think it's because Diddy knew. He knew something. He probably knew. He didn't know for sure, but you know how you got a feeling. I feel like he had a feeling that she was working with the police. Because like I said, some stuff, she just started being too like if I say, like, let's say I bring up something and I say, you remember that time, I just text you out the blue. You remember that time, um, we went to the store, and when we got out the store, it was a man staring at me and he wouldn't quit looking at me. And then when we got in the car, you be mad because the man wouldn't quit looking at me. I ain't do nothing wrong. He just kept looking at me. And then when we got back in the car, you be mad for it. Like, for me to just, why would I just text you that out the blue? You know? So that's what I mean. Like, to me, she was being, it was kind of being obvious. Wayne 704 said, Diddy said, all lawyers. All lawyers. I know that's right. For real. You ain't never lied. That's gonna be crazy. Now that's crazy if dang, if he found the lawyer for her, that would be wild. But yeah, I never even thought about that. But let's see. He gotta take care of her if she holds it down today. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's almost like, yeah, it seems like, because you got some people who saying his accounts is probably froze. So that's probably why he haven't cut Miss Preston Curl off yet. But at the same time, I don't think he wanted to. I don't think he wanted to. I think in some type of way, he was hoping that he will buy her silence, you know, a little bit. But I think he knew damn well. You see, he just hadn't if he would have treated her better, y'all, he probably wouldn't be in this situation. I'm finna read y'all comments. Hold on. And that's one thing that I was even saying about Cassie. Even when it came to Cassie, right? Cassie sued Diddy for $20 million. Diddy should have gave Cassie that money when she ran away with that man. As hard as it should have been, he should have said, Cassie, listen, Cassie, I want to do a settlement with you. A lot of things happen. Let's settle it. Right now, right outside of court. See, you see, Diddy was stupid. You know? I hate to say it. He stupidly let that girl run off. Broke, if you ask me. I would have never did that. Oh, no, baby. I would have never did that. I would say, hey, come here, Cassie. Come here. You know, like, as much as it would have hurt me too, here is something for your pockets, baby. You see, here is something for your troubles. Like, he should have made sure Cassie was goddamn me straight. You see? She can't get compensation without filing a civil lawsuit. Yeah, she hasn't filed one yet. It might be too late. I agree with that. Just the fact said, she got subpoenaed to be there. So if she don't bury homie, he got to take care of her. Oh, I don't know. That's crazy. Ace Gutter said he was very stupid. You right. He should have taken care of them before. Yeah. Wayne 704 said, yes, I agree. 100%. 100%. He should have got out his calculator, you see? Like, at least Cassie. At least Cassie. You know, like this one here, he's still dealing with her. So that's different. That's different. He got locked up in September. She did a freak off in October. You know? Shoot. Like, he's still dealing with her. Miss Preston Curl, really on the cool. She got one foot in, one foot out still. So, like, yeah. But, like, Cassie? I'm sorry. I wouldn't have never let Cassie burn out broke. You see? Like, that's stupid. He should have settled with her himself. And I take it a step further. She probably would have got way less money too. Cassie probably would have settled for 10. Yeah. Cassie probably would have settled for 10 or 15. Oh, I sure hope not. Dang, I sure hope not. Somebody said Cassie husband probably gonna get half. Gonna probably run off with half. That's crazy. You know, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that. I really hope that Cassie and her little family is able to stay together. For real. She was Cassie 2.0. She sure was. She sure was. And I feel like that lady, she wants to be compensated. She does. She wants to be compensated. It just is what it is. Like, and if you ask me, she should be. She should be. She got to live with this shame. She got to live with this story and stuff like that. Like, no. You think Cassie's husband pushed her to get Diddy back like that? No. I don't. I think eventually Cassie was smart enough. I think eventually Cassie, you know, she was just trying to figure out how she was going to get her money. You understand? It is what it is. But Cassie was smart too. Cassie was real smart. Like when she emailed them people, Diddy is saying he about to expose my S tapes. Like, that was one of the best things she could have did. Like I said, I told y'all, Cassie wasn't as dumb as Diddy thought she was, and he wasn't as smart as he thought he was, baby. Yeah, I think Cassie listen, let me say something. One thing about Cassie, when she walked away from Diddy, she knew he owed her something. I think she just didn't know exactly what he owed her, and she didn't know exactly how to get it. Somebody helped her figure it out, and I do not think it was her husband. No, her husband is just I don't want to say just like that, because you got so many people that's just very intelligent regardless of what they do for work. But he is a personal trainer. I don't think, you see, like, no, but they did say that his mom is a therapist. Therapist, all of them type of people, they tend to know what's, you know, how you can get back, you see, legally and stuff like that. Whether he did or did not, I think he feels he needs to be compensated for the drama and emotional baggage. Mm, 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 mm. You know, I don't know. He probably do. You know, he probably do. And ain't no telling. Like, if what do you do? How do you do in that type of situation? Do you say, okay, here, husband, here's 4 million, you know, or here's 5 million? Or do you just take care of them? You know, just take care of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our money. You know, it's gonna take care of us. You know, like in that situation, I don't know, like what do you know, like what do you do? Do you give your husband some of that money, or do you just feel like, you know, you you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you do in that situation, because I didn't like, yeah, like, do you, because I've been on both sides of the coin, right? Like, sometimes I want to give my husband money, and then sometimes I feel like I'll just, we'll just live. We'll just live. Didn't Cassie say her husband prevented her from? I think you are underplaying his role. Don't forget her husband used to work for Diddy, so of course he knows the game. Well, this is the thing. A husband is a husband. you know? So, like, no, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm not. But that's like, I don't know. Like, that's her husband. That's not her friend. You see? Like a friend. I mean, like, let's just keep it real. If your friend held your hand through some BS, then 9 times out of 10, you're gonna wanna do something for your friend. You're gonna wanna give back to your friend. But your husband, I feel like your spouse is different. Like how you just said. I don't you keeping me sane, right? And being there for me in my lowest of my lowest point. As my husband, I don't I don't that don't require financial compensation to me, if that makes sense. You know? But cause I feel like your husband gonna live good anyway. Like her husband gonna live good anyway. Like we're about to go get a new house. We're gonna get a new home together. She probably gonna buy her husband a new truck. All of his heart's desires. That's why I said, like, what, mm, you know, honestly, being real, I think Cassie and her husband have talked about a lot. To be real. To be real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. I would think that um somebody that has been ST'd, okay, like Cassie, you would think that the minute she got away from that, all she talked about was that, probably in the beginning. Like, I could just imagine it probably came up all the time. She probably couldn't even turn her head without thinking about something with Diddy. You gotta understand. Like, they would have, like, for instance, the S word. He probably would, like, I'm trying to figure out how to put it. Like, for instance, when they had the S word, she probably would be like, dang, that was short. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm used to it being so long. Like, I got to get used to, like, I could only imagine. I feel like no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Even if she didn't want to, she would probably have to open up to her husband about a lot of different things. I honestly feel like in my hearts of all hearts, nothing that came out in court her husband hadn't already heard. I don't believe he was hearing that stuff for the first time. I don't. Okay? Mind you, Cassie had to meet with attorneys a lot. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, she had to put a lawsuit together. I feel like her husband saw all of that. She probably told Diddy. Let me tell y'all something. When Cassie sued Diddy, Okay, hold on. First of all, she said she was writing a book. Diddy had the pages to it. You don't think her husband saw that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why didn't she just pick up the phone when he FaceTimed her when they were? Of course not. Of course not. But I feel like people give her a hard time with that. Does that make sense? Just facts. Like, I feel like she told him she had multiple. I'm sure she probably did. I'm sure she did. Cause remind you, just facts. I believe that there were things in the lawsuit, like for instance, do you think we heard everything? Do you think we heard everything that happened to Cassie? No, I don't. I don't. I don't think we heard every single detail that Cassie experienced with Diddy in the bedroom with them workers. I don't. I believe it was certain stuff that she left out and Diddy paid for it not to come out. Okay. With that being said, I think her husband knew. You see? I think her husband knew. Now, just facts. Do I think he knew, like, you know? Like, now, if we talking about timing, then that's different. You see? Like, the question is, did he know those things before they got married? Probably not. You see? Probably not. Probably so. You know, some things she probably did keep to herself. You know what I'm saying? Cassie had her money. The feds have her on the stand. Yeah, you know. But I just, in my hearts of our hearts, I don't believe, you know, that her husband was blindsided, if that makes sense. Because, like I said, excuse me, she was working on a book. You know? Um, or maybe, just maybe, you know, because like when did Diddy's stuff start? Diddy's trial started in May. Maybe. Because that's the thing though. That's the thing. I didn't think about that. Cassie was working on a book, right? But she was working on top-notch confidential stuff. So maybe she didn't necessarily trust her husband because he could have leaked some things. You know what I'm saying? He could have leaked some things and blew her whole lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she didn't tell him everything. Maybe she set him down in April. You know, I'll take it a step further though. She had to meet with the DA. When you finna testify, you got to meet with the DA. The DA is gonna like brief you a little bit. They gonna tell you, I'm gonna ask you this, I'm gonna ask you that, I'm gonna ask you this, I'm gonna ask you that. I don't answer it like this, don't answer it like that. You see, like those are the type of meetings that you have with the prosecutors. So with that being said, I do think. I think Alex was at the meetings with his wife. I do. And I do think that I just yeah, I just use my common sense. And my common sense tells me that she let her husband know. You see? Yes. My common sense tells me that. And I take it a step further. Some people, you have to know. Y'all know we not all the same, right? Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah for that. We are not all the same. We are different. We all are different, right? And the reason why I say thank you, God, for that, for real. Because imagine how screwed up the world would be if we all felt the same. If we all thought the same. Like, that's crazy, right? The world would be just a horrible place, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, thank God we different, you know? And I just feel like you got a lot of people who, oh, her husband gonna leave her. He ain't gonna leave her. There's no way her marriage can work. Like, you have to understand that there's somebody willing to love her. After everything she been through. you know? And the fact that she got a little coin, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that make it a little easier, you know? Or whatnot, whatnot. But the truth of the matter is, yeah, I think Cassie is gonna be okay. Now, you know, could this stuff affect her husband or affect her marriage? Of course, you know what I'm saying. It could, and for that, you know, Cassie better hope. Well, not hope. She just need to have her money protected. It is what it is. Cause I be damn. I be damn. He might deserve some of that money. He don't deserve not. You see? Because he wasn't nowhere. You know? He wasn't at them freak offs, baby. He wasn't at them freak offs. Yeah, he didn't have to perform. You see? So, like, yeah. Shout out to that. You see? Wayne 704 has got me laughing. You see? Wayne 704, you are mad. You see, he said they blowing that. You see? They gonna blow that. You see? I don't know. I don't know. You know, the truth of the matter is, I think Cassie is in a good spot. Okay? I think she in a good spot. Because I think she, you know, I can't explain it. I feel like she's experienced what it's like to be rich. You know, she's experienced the glitch. She's experienced the glam. You know, the money. You know what I'm saying? The best of the best. And then she went from all of that to being having to be a way more humble. You know? So I think she's stuck in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I think she got a nice balance. You see? Um, yeah, for real. I think she probably know what life is about now. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see her um I don't really see her, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep up like that. You know? Um I could see her having some expensive things and then some things not so much, you know? Um Shoot, I could see Cassie like buying a ranch with that money because she seemed like she liked that type of stuff. I don't know. Let me see y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Oh my Lord, 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 Lord. Child, court is now in session. I said it's just now in session. Oh my God, I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready. So shout out to that. Y'all know I got to say, listen, this trial is taking all my energy, okay? But I like it, damn it. It is what it is. I like it. I love it. I do. It's like, I don't know. Y'all know I used to want to be a judge, though. So shout out to that. I did. When they say, what you want to be when you grow up? I say, a judge. Yeah. I said, because I ain't going to judge my people like y'all do. So shout out to that. I just, you know, it is what it is. I want to make a difference. So shout out to change. But anyway, like I just, you know, I like court. I like court. I like the drama. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, Diddy. His case is crazy. You know, the details are out of this world. And I'll take it a step further. That man is crazy. Do I know the profile of the 12 jurors? Not much. Not much. I know he got a lot of men over there, which I felt like was a very, very smart move. He wouldn't have stood a chance with a lot of women. He need them men to be like sympathetic. He need them men to be like a little nasty, you know. You know, it just is what it is. But Diddy did things that, like, I don't know. Like, it's just hard to. He didn't give us nothing to work with. You see, like, yeah. I don't even know what the defense is. You see, I told y'all the defense is let's just see if they mess up. You know, it is what it is. The defense is we're gonna try to do the best we can with technicalities, with these technicality, you know what I'm trying to say. Sure. Technicalities. You know, they trying to wing it. They trying to wing a win up out of there. But like, as far as a real defense, I don't feel like these people. Diddy got a real defense. He don't. He could have cut them lawyers in half. He do not need our 10, 8, however many it is. People be saying it's 8, and then they be saying it's 10. It's 3. Somebody says 3 black women, 4 black men, 1. Oh, really? You don't say. I wonder how that Spanish woman feels. I wonder how that Spanish woman feels. Because I've been trying to tell y'all, but I don't really know how to word it exactly. But it seems like certain people be getting ran over, if that makes sense. Like a lot of immigrants, I would say immigrants be getting dead bad. And even though the women that he deal with aren't immigrants, they just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I hate to bring, people's ethnicities and stuff like that, race into it. But at the end of the day, if I feel like it has something to do with it, I just feel like it has something to do with it. Like, um, like I'm not sure, huh? Diddy's jury includes and a physician's assistant. Oh, baby, I know that physician's assistant in there motherfucker mad, you see? Because they make good money. Shout out to that. That PA make good money. And now they're not getting paid $7.88 messing with the city of New York. Child, I know they ready to go. But anyway, CJ, what's up? Ain't no fun for real. That is not correct. Yeah, I believe it. That's a lot of black people. You sure? You sure, Wayne? Because that's a lot of people who look like that. Which, again, that's good. That will rule in his favor. But let me tell y'all this. Y'all know I gotta get to court. Y'all know I gotta get to court. Uh, yeah, the kids ain't came yet. The kids be late. The kids be late. But shout out to them, though. They be there. They be there. Just reminded daddy, throw down your wallet. You see, the kids ain't trying to suffer. I say they just ain't trying to suffer. Hold on. Not to help any other criminals. Yeah, I don't want to help nobody else be a criminal, you see, and help you with that or whatnot. But I felt like Diddy was stupid. Like, like Denzel Washington said on American Gangster, no texting. You see, no texting. He said never over the phone. You got it? Damn it. Oh, he checked that. I love it. He checked that. You see? That's how Diddy was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. He let these people say too much over the phone. So that's that. But she was very vocal, and I like that about her. I said, yeah, I like that. I like that. You see, hold on. She was very vocal with Diddy. Where is she keep telling? I said she was very vocal with Diddy. She kept letting him know she don't want it and she don't like it. And y'all out there claiming that there was no crime committed. I'm like, you see, like that's gonna be a little tug of war. Okay. That's that. And then LaRon sued in February. I think LaRon put the feds on Diddy. It just is what it is. LaRon had a lot to say in his lawsuit. If you ask me, LaRon just had maybe the wrong cancel. You see, yeah, he had Tyrone. Shout out to that. He didn't call Tyrone like Erykah Badu said, and Tyrone. You know, it just is what it is. Like, Tyrone, like, the judge be getting annoyed with Tyrone. You see, it just is what it is. But I think Tyrone be on to something. It's just something about Tyrone that he don't, yeah, I don't want to do Tyrone like that, you see, but it's just something. But I think Leroy had a damn good lawsuit and he came with facts. He came with facts. He had pictures of Cuba Good and Joy. He had pictures. You see? Yeah, Leroy set it out like the movie said, okay? So shout out to Leroy, and I really, really hope that, you know, I hope, Leroy gets taken care of. I do, for real, because he just wanted compensation for his work. You see, he said, I ain't mail my work up in here. You not finna mail me no check. That's what he told Diddy. You see, it is what it is, because Diddy wasn't trying to pay him. Diddy just wasn't trying to pay him. So anyway, that was back in February. He if you ask me, he put the laws on it. He sicked the laws on Diddy. Yeah. Please understand. So I hope he gets compensated. Rod, I hope you hang in there. You see, hang in there. I hope they got something for you in the end. Because it is what it is. Let's be clear. The feds, when it's all said and done, you see, they want Diddy broke. Mm, mm, mm. Shout out to that. They trying to take his money. Okay. Y'all know how the feds coming. Like, they don't want you to be able to go outside to fight another day. You see, like the daddy said on Friday. They be trying to finish him. So y'all know how they come through. They come through, they sweeping stuff. They taking stuff that they ain't paid for. We all know how the feds work. Like most of us, we see what they do, like, to the boys in the city. Imagine what they gonna do to Diddy. It just is what it is. They want that money. And just maybe, I don't know, like, y'all remember how they did R. Kelly? Like, the courts. Some kind of way, the courts started trying to get the victims, the witnesses paid, the people he wronged, okay? So we'll see. We got to see, Leroy. See if you going to get your just due, you see? Now, they didn't tell us who's testifying next. They didn't tell us. We'll have to see. I'm thinking now they saying that this lady got to be out of the country by Thursday because she got a flight to catch, I believe. Yeah, Miss Preston Curl said she got business overseas somewhere, so it is what it is. I think she gonna be out the stand maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It is what it is, but we don't know who coming up next. We don't know. I don't know. Okay, y'all know I'm here. I'm there. I'm everywhere to get the tea, and y'all know I'm tuned in. You see, yeah, like a good violin. You see, they got me. So anyway, and then the last but not least, my last and final thought is Trump. Trump got his hands full with this here. You see, he do. He got his hands full with this here. Cause like I feel like him and Diddy go way back. Shout out to that. They go way back like Cook. Cook. Yeah, y'all know. Rhymes with back. Okay. Like they go back. At the end of the day. They do. I feel like in my hearts of our hearts, you see, my hearts of our hearts, I feel like Trump does want to help Diddy. I do. Because I feel like they got a history, and even if they didn't, like in my hearts of our hearts, I feel like, you see, Trump want to help Diddy. He do. Okay. He said he gonna be watching. But I think he got his hands full with this one. Honestly, I think he got his hands full because this is the thing. Trump knows that if he pardons Diddy, it's almost like, see, this is the thing. When they lock you up, they want you locked up for the stuff that you was doing. So like they worried that Trump knows that it's a possibility that Diddy could get back out doing the same old, and like that. You see, is where I feel like his dilemma gonna lie. It's like, you know, but if he that sick and he causing this much chaos, should I really let him out? You see? I'm like, eek. You know, he better be worried, because if Trump ain't gonna get R. Kelly, you see, I don't know, Diddy. I don't know. He probably gonna be scraping and scrambling, okay, to get you out. It just is what it is. I think Diddy will need to make at least $100 million donation to Trump's presidential. Well, he got it. Well, you know he motherfucking got it. So shout out to that. He will not pardon him for free. It will be business as usual. And that's what I keep saying, you know. So then, like, what do we do? What do we do? Like, child, we doing all of this. I keep saying we doing it all for nothing. It's starting to feel like it's for nothing. You know? Like, for real. If he gonna just turn around and get pardoned, then what are we doing? Like, cut the lights out, ladies and gentlemen. Just, like, everybody go home. Yeah. What are we doing? You see? Like, that's how I started feeling. It is what it is. I did. Trump made me feel like, oh my God, all of this is for nothing. If he could just override the decision, it's crazy. It's like we might as well just pack it up. We're like, what are we doing for real? The feds, all of their hard work. That's why I said I just wonder how these people involved are really, really looking at this. You know what I'm saying? One, I think they really, really looking at it like, Lord, please, you know, please don't let this man get a pardon. Period. And then I think they're looking at it like, oh well, you know, it's nothing that could really be done. It is what it is. But like, yeah, y'all, that's crazy. You know, I feel like Trump got some real decision making on his hands. You know, like, do you want to catch the flack that you're gonna catch for free and Diddy? Because I feel like somebody, I don't know though. I don't know. If it's going to upset a lot of people, then he might not do it. I don't, you know, that's what it's gonna boil down to. It's gonna boil down to if it comes with some heat that won't chase Trump up out the kitchen. You see, it just is what it is. It's gonna come down. It's gonna boil down to if he need to catch the heat for Diddy. If Diddy is worth it, you know, like somebody in the comments said, like Just Facts said, is the money gonna be worth it? You know. So it is what it is, y'all. I will see y'all in my next video. Don't forget to keep it right here. All right. We on trial watch. It is what it is. We recapping everything being said. So shout out to that. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video. And don't forget, I talk all things celebrity gossip here. Okay. So when I come back, we might not be talking about Diddy. It is what it is. But yeah, I just want y'all to know this is not no exclusive Diddy channel, okay? We just on trial watch. We watch, we talk celebrity gossip here, and Diddy is just he in the news. So we talking Diddy. Okay, it is what it is. Shout out to that. I'll see y'all on my next video. Bye. Bye, y'all. I appreciate everybody who came through. Okay? Every single one of y'all. Shout out to y'all. I'll see y'all on my next video. Bye, y'all.